what it makes.
Roman 1 says copy and the passage you have typed in two other new pages. Roman 2, insert the page numbers at the top right of the pages.
Ainembabas,
Roman
thank you.
number
You can
the
stop
format
there.
style of the first page to Alionaro 13.
Okay, thank you, Ainembabas. We are going to look at one question by one. So you read the question, we answer it, we see how we go about it, and then we look at the next question. So the first question, she read it very well. Copy and paste the passage you have typed in two other new pages. So here is our passage that we typed, and now we are going to copy and paste it to two other pages. Here is the passage. So is there anyone who can tell us the steps of copying and pasting? What do we do? The question is telling us to copy and paste this, paste it to two other pages. Anyone with any idea about this?
I think we are going to first and is it we are going to first highlight the whole word, the whole paragraph. Then after we copy and we paste where we want it to be.
Okay, thank you so much, Ainembabas. So she says we highlight. If you want to highlight everything or select everything on the screen, you can use a shortcut of Control A. You press Control key and A at the same time. Or you can use your mouse or touchpad to highlight manually. So we have highlighted, and now we are going to copy and paste as the question tells us to. Anyone who knows the shortcut of copying? If you want to copy and you want to use a shortcut, what do you think that shortcut is? Okay, let's first do the normal way of copying. After highlighting, you right click and look for copy option from all these options. You look for copy, it's here, you click on it, and then go where you want to paste your work. For example, the question has told us to paste on two other pages. So you create another page by tapping on enter. This is already page 2, but they told us to, so we create a third page. You just keep on pressing enter until when you reach on that page. So here is page 3. How do you know that this is page 3? You look at the left bottom corner. So you see page 3 of 3 from here. So we are going to paste. Remember, we already copied our work. We are going to paste it on page 2 and page 3. This is page 2. You right click on page 2 and look for paste option. So we have here paste options. You click on the first one and then your work gets pasted there. If you don't use this option of right clicking, you can always tap on Control V on your keyboard. You can use a shortcut of Control and V. It's what I've pressed, and the passage has been pasted here. I didn't tell you the shortcut for copying. It's Control and C. So you press Ctrl on your keyboard and C at the same time to copy. This is just page 2. They have told us to paste on 2 pages, page 2 and page 3. So we are here on page 3. We are going to do the same thing of pasting. To paste, we have said you right click, look for the option of pasting, or you just click on, you just press Ctrl and V on your keyboard. So we have pasted our work, our passage on 2 pages. If we can go back to the first page, that is the first page. So we have pasted on this second page, you're seeing right, and then on the third page. So we now have 3 passages, the original and the 2 they have told us to paste. So we can go to the next question. Question 2, can you have someone read for us question 2?
Insert page number at the top right of the pages.
Okay, thank you so much, Shadrach. Insert page numbers at the top right of the pages is what we are going to do next. How do we do this? Before I do it, is there anyone who can tell us the steps that we can take to insert page numbers? Anyone who can try doing this? Okay, George, your hand is up. Please unmute and go on.
All right, thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. I think we have to go to the Insert tab on the ribbon.
Okay, I go to?
The Insert tab.
Insert, okay.
Yes. So left click the Insert tab.
Okay, I'm there already.
Yeah, so you'll see there is a group there is that group of header and footer. After the links group. So the third option around in that group is page number. We click on the drop down arrow besides the page number.
Should I right click on it or left click?
Left click it.
Okay.
And then I remember we are supposed to insert the page numbers at the top right of the page.
Yeah.
So we are going to go to top of page. Point at top of page, and then it's going to give us different options. There is that first option which has the page number at the top left. There is the second one, it has the page number at the center. Then the third option has the page number at the top right. So we select that one. We left click it.
Okay, do you mind telling us why we are taking the third option?
It's because according to the question was saying insert the page number at the top right of the page.
Okay, George, thank you so much. So when I click on it, this is what will happen. The pages will appear on the top right. So this is page 1. If you scroll down, you will see page 2. And if you continue down, you will see page 3. Because we have 3 pages, it will stop there. Thank you so much, George. That that has been good and wonderful. I hope we've grasped it very well. That's how we insert the page numbers. You go to insert and then look for page number. Click on the down arrow, choose what the question tells you to do. The question asks us top page, that's why we selected top, and then not only top, but also on the right. So you go on and select the number that is on the right. Right, we can go to the next question, unless there is any question about that. Feel free to put it in the group. In the chat, sorry. For any question, you can raise it or put it in the chat. Okay, we look at question Roman numeral 3. Anyone to read for us that question?
Yes. Roman 3 is change the font style of the first page to Arial narrow and font size 13.
Okay, thank you. The question is telling us to change the font style of the first page to Arial narrow and font size to 13. So we're going to change two things on the first page. The first thing we are going to change is the font style. We are going to change the font style of the first page to Arial narrow, and after that, we shall change the size to 13. We go to the passage. So they are telling us to do all these changes on page 1. So we are ready on page 1. Ainemba has told us to highlight. Whenever you want to do any change on any content you have to first highlight that content. So before we change anything, we are going to highlight. We are going to highlight the content we want to change. They told us page 1 only. So you highlight the passage on page 1. We want to change the font to Arial narrow. Okay. Anyone who has an idea on that to tell us the steps on how to go about this? Yes, George.
Okay, thank you. After highlighting, I think we have to first go to the Home tab.
Home?
Yeah, we shall have to go to the Home tab because it is where we shall get the font formatting command. So after left clicking Home, just a minute. My phone is okay. Yes, good. Apologies for the delay. So when we're on the Home tab, bearing in mind that we have already selected the text that we want to change, we are going to go to the font group. And the font group is right after the clipboard group. So from the Home tab, you come a little bit down, you will see the clipboard group. Leave alone the clipboard group, then move to the next group, which is the font group. It has the things like letter B, it has that I, that slanting I icon, it has the U, and then on top of those commands written Times New Roman, and then after Times New Roman there is 14. So we want to first change the font style, and then later on we shall change the font size. So let's begin with the font style. So we shall have to left click the drop down arrow, which is at the right hand side of that current font which is available there, which is Times New Roman. So there's that drop down arrow, we left click it such that we see the other fonts which are available. So, but remember, there is a specific font style that we are instructed to apply. So we have to scroll down until we see it.
What's that font style again? Do we need to go back and look at it critically?
Yeah, it is Arial Narrow. So we can go back to our document. It's Arial Narrow. So you can look for it by simply scrolling until you see Arial Narrow. That is one way. Maybe we shall also look at another way how we can change it very fast. So having observed it and seen it right there, you simply left click it and then it will be applied. Yeah, you can see the font style of our text has changed. But there is also a faster way of applying that particular font that we are instructed to apply. So yeah, we are going back to the Times New Roman. So if we want to apply the other font style that we are instructed to apply in a fast way, we simply need to click there where there's the current, where we have the current font style called the Times New Roman. Then we are going to type Arial Narrow. We type Arial. Actually, as you begin typing, it is most likely to just appear there, and as you can see it there, it has already come. Just hit enter on your keyboard and then it will be applied on our text. Okay, now that we are good to go with font style, I hope members have understood it. Now we want to change the font size. Remember, we are supposed to change two things: the font style, which is in ordinary understanding, the handwriting of our text or the appearance of our text. And then now we want to change the font size. The font size is basically the size of the text, the size of the letters that we have typed. So after the Arial Narrow font style, we move just to the right. There is a current font size which is number 14. So we are going to highlight that number and then we type the font size that they have given to us, which is 13. Highlight, then you just type 13 on your keyboard, and then you hit enter, then it will be applied.
Okay, thank you so much, George. The steps are all correct. Thanks for sharing with us. Is there any question about how we change the font style and the font size? Chomhanji, Shadrach, Kainembavas, any question about how we go about this?
I've understood.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, so after changing the font type and size, we can go to the next question, which is Roman numeral 4. Komhanji, can you read for us that question, Roman numeral 4?
It is apply color green on the first sentence, center it, double underline, Algerian font type and change font size to 15.5.
Okay, thank you so much for reading. Allow me just copy this question and paste it in our passage so that we can see it clearly. We do while looking at it because it's somehow long. So we're going to be referring to the question, to this question. I've just put it here for easy follow-up. Okay, they are telling us to apply color green on the first sentence. Then center that sentence, double underline it, change the font style of that sentence to Algerian, and then change the font size to 15.5. Now, where does this sentence stop before we start actually applying these changes? We said for everything we are to do, we have to first highlight. So can I know where I'm supposed to stop while highlighting? Shadrach, where do you think the first sentence stops?
It stops on intelligently. It stops on intelligently.
Intesty, thank you. It stops there. So we highlight the first sentence and then apply the changes. We are going to change the color to green and center it, double underline. And the type, font size and type. Okay, Shadrach, are you able to tell us how we do any of these? 1, 2, or 3, or all of them? You tell us what you can do among these. How do we center, how we did double underline and others?
I beg your pardon, please.
Are you able to answer, to give us some steps on how we can do any of these changes, how we can apply these changes, either changing the color or centering or underlining, any?
Okay. To underline, you go to U up here.
Where? Under page layout?
No, in home. Go to
Okay.
home.
Okay.
Here. This U.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Okay. What do I
Now
do about it?
press that button. Yes, yes. After pressing it, choose any line you want to underline with. From there, you can choose any.
Okay. Thank you for that take. He said we can choose any. We can choose any if the question is non-specific. But for this question, they told us to double underline. Double is 2, therefore we shall go with the one that has 2 lines for double underlining to be applicable here. Thank you, Shadrach. Anyone else tell us how we do these other features, how we apply these other changes? Okay, I can take you through. They told us to apply color green. For font color, you're still in home, we are still in home, and font color is changed here. When you put your cursor on this letter A with color down, there is that word that will appear, change the text color or font color. So if any question comes and you're green about it, you can actually hover around some features and then the words will appear below and you're able to read and apply what you're supposed to apply. So this A indicates the font color, and to change from, I see the one that is there is red. If you just click on the letter, the words will change to red, but this is not the color the question is telling us to apply. So you click on the up down arrow and then select the color the question is telling you to. When you're moving the cursor, the colors will appear. If you're not sure, if you're colorblind, you can read the colors that appear right down. So we can choose green. This is the green. They told us to change to color green. So you can click on green and your words will get changed to color green. And then they said us, they told us to center the sentence. To center, you come here, around here, these are the alignment features. It's in Justify, so we are changing it from here to center. When you hover around this, you'll see the word center right below, or Control E in the brackets. So you click on it. So the words are going to change from justification to center. We can all see that the words are in center now. Double underline, we already double underlined, so we can skip that. They also told us to change to Algerian font type and then 15.5 as the type, the font size. George already told us how to do this. So to change the font type, you come here and look for Algerian, click on it, it gets applied. The font size we already saw, you just click there, type 15.5 because it's what the question is telling you to do. So the font type is the way the words appear, the type of the style of the words, and then the size means the size of the text. So we have changed that, and I think it's where this question stops. Unless there is a question, we can go to the next question. For any question, feel free to put it in the chat as we continue. So we've finished Roman numeral 4. We look at Roman numeral 5 right here. George, can you read for us this question?
Roman numeral 5. It says double space and justify the body of the text on page 2.
Okay, thank you. So all the changes we've been making them on page 1. So this time around they are telling us to apply this on page 2. So you go to page 2. We are in page 2 already. And they have told us to double space and justify the body. Double space, justify. Anyone who knows how we can double space and justify, we said you have to first highlight. How do we double space? Anyone with an idea about this can take us through. Double space, justify. Okay, to double space, we are still in home. And we are going to come around here. When you put your cursor there, you can read line and paragraph spacing. So we are changing the space between the lines to 2. Why 2? They are telling us to double space. Double means 2. So you click on the pop down arrow and choose 2. It's in 1.5. So you click at 2 and then it gets double spaced. How you know it's in 2 now? When you click again, you will see a tick on 2. So it's already double spaced now. That's how we double space our content. Then the other one was to justify, but okay, this is already justified. How do you know? You see this highlighted, and when you click there, it shows justify or Control J in the brackets. If at all it was maybe in the center like that, and they tell you to justify, you highlight, come here, you click on Control J, or you come here and click at this. When you click, it's going to get aligned justifying. So that's how we justify content. Move to the next question. Yes, George, you have a question?
Yeah, I have a question. That alignment pattern of justify, maybe if you can throw more light for the members here to understand what does it literally mean, because the center one, the center alignment, I think that one is very clear. It means having content aligned to the center. Left alignment is content to the left, and then right to the right. What about this particular one, justify alignment? Could you please throw maybe more explanation about it? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the question. He has said that for left alignment, your content is going to be driven to the left, and then center, it's going to be put in the center of the page, and then right, it will be aligned to the right. How about justification or to justify? Now, to justify text in Microsoft Word involves putting your text or giving your text straight edges on both sides of the paragraph. So when you look at the edges on both sides of our content here, you can clearly see that the content, the edges are straight. They are basically straight on the both sides, which is not the same case with left alignment. You see left alignment, it is driven to the left only, center to the center, but justification, you're putting the straight edges on both sides of your content. I hope it's clear. Let me know whether it's clear.
Yeah, it is very clear. I'm sure all members have understood it. Thank you.
Anytime. Okay, we can continue to the next question. Apply a page color of your choice and apply an at page border of your choice. So this question is telling us to apply a page color and then page border in form of at page border. So can we have someone tell us how we include a page color and page border of an at in our document? Shadrach, any idea on how we add page color in our document?
No.
Okay, to put a page color in the document, you go to page layout where we are and then look for page color. It's right here. When you click on the pop down arrow, it will give you different options of different colors. And the question was asking you to add a color of your choice. So you can choose any color from these colors right here. As you choose colors, you make sure that you choose a color that is not too bright to stretch the reader's eyes. And yeah. Can we make a choice? Okay, let me just go with this. So we have applied the page color already, and they have told us to include a page border. Page border in form of art. So page borders are also found in under page layout. We are under page layout. You look at page border, it's right here. When you click on it, the dialog box will appear, and here it is none that is selected, but we want to apply a page border. So you can click on box and then look for art style. They told us to include art of our choice. When you click here, when you scroll here, there is no art here. So you come right down here, there is this word art and there is none. You click on the pop down arrow to choose any art of your choice as the question says. So all these are art styles, so you can choose any. So you can go with this. After clicking on it, you click on OK, and the border will appear on your document as we see. Okay, unless there is a question about these two, we can go ahead. The next question, George, can you please read for us that question?
Okay, that is Roman numeral 7.
Yeah.
It says insert a watermark or knowledge is power. Give it a of your choice.
Okay, thank you. Do you have any idea on how we go about this?
I think we shall have to go to page layout still. We first go to our document, then we go to page layout.
Okay.
And then when we go to page layout, we shall still go to the other options where you found the page borders and the page color. So the first option, the first command right there is the watermark. So we click on the drop down arrow. And then remember we are given a text, and the text says knowledge. I think knowledge is power. So
yeah,
that means we have to type it. We have to look for ways of typing it such that we insert it there. So for us to be able to type it, we shall have to go to custom watermark, because what we are seeing up there, that confidential, do not copy, those are like template watermarks. They are already pre-designed by the people who developed these software that we are using. So if we want to enter our own watermark, then we are not going to select any of those ones, either confidential or do not copy. Instead, we are going to go down. There is a list which is down there where there is enable content update. We leave that one. We go to the next one, which is custom watermark. So we shall left click that one. So when we left click it, by default, that dialog box appears. It comes when by default there is no watermark. And then the next option there, it shows us that we can select a picture and we use it as a watermark. So if you want to use a picture as your watermark, you'll have to select that option, then go ahead and select the picture that you want. But that is not what we want to do right now, because the question was telling us to enter a watermark which has text, and the text is already given. So we shall go to the next option, which is down there, which is the text watermark. Okay, sorry. So let's go back, custom watermark. Okay, first remove the other one, then. Okay. So we select text watermark, and then you see where there is text, there is a certain text which is already there. So we shall highlight that one, then we delete it, and then we replace it with the other text that we were given. Delete that one. Then we type knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. You can just type it, or you can copy it from the other document, and then you just paste it there. And then there is a color. Remember, there is a color. Can we just go back to the other document, and then we see the real color that we are supposed to apply there. The color, they're saying give it a color of your choice. So we can go back to the document where we are attempting that question. So we have to give a color of our choice. Knowledge is power. Is power. Yeah, and then under color you can select a color of your choice. For now, I think let's go with a bluish color. Is that blue? Yeah, that light blue. Then we say shall have to click apply. Then we click OK. Okay. So there we are. We have our watermark there.
Thank you so much, George. Those are the right steps of inserting watermark in our document. Unless there is a question, we can continue to the next question. So the second last question tells us to insert 2 clip arts and a picture of our choice. So we are going to see how we can insert clip art and a picture in our document. Shadrach, do you have any idea on how we insert clip arts in the document? Okay, I think his network is on and off. So to insert clip arts, we go to insert and then look for clip art. It's right here. When you click on it, it will bring a dialog box where you're supposed to search for the kind of clip art you want to insert. It's loading. We can wait for it to bring that dialog box. You can type there like flowers, computer related clip arts. For example, here we have flowers already. When you click on go, it will give you the flowers it has in the system. So you can click on any of these and then see what happens. When you click on that, it will appear in your document where the cursor was. And if you add another one, it will also come automatically. So that's how we insert clip arts. If we can insert some others in another page that is about something else, maybe computer. After typing, you click on go. So these are some of the clip arts we have here about computer. When you click on any, for example, the first one, it will appear like that in your document. So that's how we insert clip arts, and you can resize to your favorite size. Then pictures, you go still in insert, and this time you look for picture. When you click on it, it will direct you to where you can search the picture from where you saved your picture on your gadget. So here we are. I don't think I have any picture under camera roll. Let me try the desktop. Do I have any here? Okay, there is one here. You click on it and then insert. When you insert, it will automatically come in your document. You can drag it and drop it wherever you want it to appear. And you can also resize it to any size of your choice. So that's how we insert pictures and clip arts in the document. Any question about that or supplement? Okay, we can look at the last question. Save your work in your folder on the desktop as Modern Life. Now, it is advisable to save at the beginning. That's why we did it first. We created a folder on the desktop in our name. So this is the folder we created. I'd say advisable to do it first for anything you save, you have your work already. For instance, if power goes off and you had not saved, you might lose your work. So it's better you save at the beginning. That's why we started with creating a folder and then a file in our folder that is Modern Life, as the question says. So after all this, you just press Ctrl S to save all the changes you have been doing on this. So after this, you're done and good to go. If you close your document, if you close everything and then go to the desktop, open your folder, which is here. When you open it, you will find your file right here. And when you open that file, you'll be able to see everything that you put in that file. It's opening. So as we wait for it to open and cross-check whether all what we put there is there, you can ask any questions. If you have any question, please feel free to put it forward. Before we come to the end of our seminar today. So this is how your document looks like. And I'm sure all what we've put here is right here. So that is how it will look like. Okay, any question? Yes, George.
Thank you very much. To begin with, I want to appreciate you for this very great session. Just my humble question would be, how often do you always organize sessions of this nature? Because I would love to be part of them as much as possible.
Okay, George, thank you for that question and thank you for participating well as well. We always have seminars every Saturday of such, and it's either at 11 a.m. or 2 p.m. We always post this in the group. If you're not, we also have some group that we put such information. You can put your name, email, or WhatsApp number in the chat so that they can add you to that group. Thank you. If there is no other questions, I beg to stop here. Thank you so much for responding positively and for participating. Back to you, Patricia.
Bye, teacher. Thank you for that wonderful presentation.
Okay, thank you too.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Good day. Patricia Opasco, any communication? He has put some link for the WhatsApp group. Those ones that are interested in joining that WhatsApp group, you tap on that link.
Oh, thank you, John, for the lesson. The link. Then you ask anything you'd love to know about. This is our WhatsApp number. You can send a message or call. We shall always get to answer your questions. Thank you. Bye.